Hi, my name is Karen Ellis. I'm doing this video for my Communications 101 um, class with Dr. Ramos. I'm going to be talking about Chapter 5, which is listening. And listening is a very important part of communicating. And I'm going to be talking about the active stages of listening, listening styles, what keeps us from listening well, and identifying why we listen. Well, listening basically is a complex process that we use to construct meaning um, and receiving, responding to verbal and nonverbal messages. We have five active stages of listening, which is selecting, attending, understanding, remembering, and responding. So to select is to focus on one sound and sorting through all the various sounds around you. To attend is to maintain that focus to that particular message or sound. To understand is to find meaning in that sound or message. To remember is to recall all the information that you just heard. To respond excuse me, is to confirm your understanding of a message. Um, we all have listening styles. Listening style is basically the way a person makes sense out of a message. Uh, Relational listeners, those are the type of listeners who like to empathize with people. They focus on the emotions and feelings communicated by others, verbally and non-verbally. Analytical listeners, which make great mediators because they withhold judgment until they listen to all sides of the issue, and they wait until they get all the information before reaching a conclusion. Um, a critical listener is somebody who likes to look for the facts and evidence, and they also look for indiscrepancies and inconsistencies in a message. People who like to second guess, which are second guess listeners, they always question the message. They assume that there's underlying messages within the message. They're very skeptical kind of people. Task-oriented people really like to listen to messages that are quick and get to the bottom line. They don't like to read long, drawn out things or listen to long, drawn out speeches. Um, but a lot of us aren't very good at listening. So, why do we have a hard time listening? Because of emotional noise, background noise, people having misapprehensions about um, misunderstanding the message or others. Emotional noise is basically getting lost in your own head and your own emotions. Like you're too busy getting lost in your conversation with yourself in your head instead of listening, or you're getting lost of sitting here listing, oh, what am I going to make for dinner? Didn't I need to go to the store? What was I getting at the store? Instead of listening to the message that's being directed at you, you're kind of lost in your own head. um, Surrounding noise, it's always hard to listen to somebody when it's very loud and distracting and there's so much going on around you. Some people, uh, they're not very good at empathizing, or don't have very good people skills in talking to people, or especially listening. So they have misapprehensions of misunderstanding that person. They don't want to misinterpret what they're saying and come out like they didn't even hear them. Um, so why do we listen? I mean, a lot of us, it's a natural process of communication. But they just do it. But why? Why do we listen? A lot of us listen because we enjoy it, or we want to learn something, or we're evaluating something, or we're just trying to empathize with somebody close to us. Uh, to enjoy listening would be listening to an audiobook, listening to music, listening for pleasure. To listen to learn, basically listening to speeches, listening to your teacher, they're trying to teach you something, listening to evaluate, to look at a situation and listen to both sides and try to come up with a solution, um, to listen to empathize, basically just being a shoulder to cry on for a friend, or, trying to make somebody's day better. But we all listen. Some of us are good at it, some of us aren't. Uh, Everybody has their own way of listening. Um, like in America, they more emphasize on talking than they do listening. In Asian countries, they actually emphasize on listening more than speaking. A lot can be missed when you're not really listening to a person's message or their direction. So that is listening, and uh, we all do it. And that concludes my chapter, and thank you for watching my video.